Thank you, and I have to admit, I was caught completely by surprise, but I'm honored to be able to speak and address. I've been working on the U.S.-India relationship for more than 30 years. When I started working with Congressman Frank Talone in 1991, and when we started the India Caucus. And when we started the India Caucus in 1991, a lot of the focus of the caucus at that time was really focusing on domestic issues, issues that were impacting us, and we were talking a little bit about the U.S.-India relationship. And interesting enough, I'm about to write an op-ed in which I'm talking about when I first started in 1991, the evolution of the U.S.-India relationship and the evolution of the diaspora at that time as well, and to where we are today. And I was thinking about it, and I said, wow, in 1991, I don't know how many of you were following U.S.-India relations in 1991? Yogi, of course. Quite a few. And remember in 1994, we had 3 Indian Americans running for Congress. We had Peter Matthews, we had Neil Dillis, and then we had Ramal Balluri. And at that time, the community got very excited because it was the first time we had 3 Indian Americans that were actually run and legitimately run. Now, they all got trounced in the primaries, and we felt kind of hurt, but we got excited. We started raising money, and we started kind of saw ourselves that we could be in Congress. And then after that, we had a few more people that ran for office. It was sporadic, but it just didn't pick up until the 2000s. But even then, in 1998, as everybody remembers, India conducted the nuclear tests, and on Capitol Hill, there was a whole host of sanctions. And the community got excited, and the community rallied and worked together, and we lifted the sanctions in 1998. And then after that, we built the Gandhi Memorial, which, by the way, needed congressional resolutions, and the community worked together. And then the next thing that we did, and we worked really well together, was the civic. And there was these periods in which we worked together as a diaspora, in which we got members of Congress to rally. Then I started thinking, what happened to all that energy? Kind of stopped. And it kind of just like hit a plateau. And soon after that, Bobby Jindal runs for governor. You have an Indian American running as a Republican. And I saw our diaspora going this way. Started splintering a little bit. That momentum was lost. That North Star that we had in the early 90s is gone. And now when I think about what happened and what's happening now, and I think about Raja running, and Raja gave a damn good speech today. He didn't even get the endorsement of all the Indian American congressional candidates. We're not even supporting Sri Ganadhar that's running out of Detroit that's being challenged by other Democrats. And that energy that I felt once in the 90s, early 90s, is now gone, Theo. Now, how do we translate that when we're talking with FIIDS, which I'm a deep admirer of? How do you translate that even power or that voice to what you're trying to do here today if we can't unify, if we can't come together, and we can't amplify the strength of that voice? So it's good to talk about the U.S.-India relationship. It's good. And by the way, this is a fabulous document. When I worked at the Atlantic Council and I led the South Asia Center there for a while, we talked about issues like this. But that's okay at a think tank because I can write about it. I can get good speakers. I got the finance minister to show up, and it was great. But on Capitol Hill, it's more than just putting a piece of paper together and talking about resolutions. It's about amplifying your voice. It's about putting some oomph behind that voice. So if somebody comes after Raja or Suhas or Sri or any of our members of Congress or any of our state legislators, and they make baseless claims or they try to oust them from the seat, then there should be consequences to that. Because then when you try to do something on Capitol Hill, then the members of Congress will take us serious. So it's great. I love all the speeches that come up here. I love to see all these people come and talk and say how much they love India. But at the end of the day, we have to hold them accountable. Otherwise, all of this policy doesn't matter. All of these conversations do not matter. We had an India caucus. I call it CAF. I don't know if Rokana is going to come or not, but I'd like to challenge you a little bit and say, what has the India caucus done in the last 15 years? And hold them accountable. You want good, strong bilateral relations. You want strong, good foreign policy. You got to hold the members of Congress accountable. We did once in the early 90s. We did it in the 2000s when we had legislation. We can absolutely do it again. So I'm happy to talk about any policy. I'm great friends. I love this organization. Honored to speak. But I don't think we should be celebrating just yet. We should be proud of how far we've come. We have 6 congressmen. We're going to have possibly only 4 by the end of this year. Is that something we should be applauding and be proud of? I would say no. We actually have one that could become governor of Ohio. That's going to be great. But are we going to rally behind her? So, we make these strides. We move forward. But then we fall back. Let's not fall back this year. Let's make sure our people stay in Congress. Let's make sure we expand the base. Let's make sure we get more people elected. This year, actually, in July, we have 55 Indian American state legislators coming to Chicago for a conference. Let's make sure those 55 stay, and we expand it, we double it. And that's how we're going to show that the U.S.-India bilateral is important, that our voices matter, and that we're going to continue pushing forward. So thank you, and I appreciate the opportunity.